there we go. That's it. As easy as that. We're live. No opening, no nothing. I still don't know how to. I don't know how to load up an opening, but there we go. So I haven't got the luxury of that. But yeah, so welcome back to the channel. Hello, Matt. How are you doing?
I'm okay, thank you. Yeah, how are you doing?
Yeah, so we thought last night. Oh, should we just do an early morning live? I'm a bit sniffly at the moment. I don't know if it's dust up in this room, but so forgive me if I'm a little bit sniffy.
I'm the same.
But yeah, so yeah, we thought we'd go live. For me, this is my third live this year on my channel. Third, can you believe that?
Yeah.
We're nearly, we're coming into the autumnal months. There's certainly a change out there in the weather, but I've only been live 3 times. I've done one in the year. I done one, an ad hoc one a while ago, and Michael joined me on that. It was very Star Trek centric chat, and now, yeah, this. So what's happening? Why are we not doing these lives? We're trying to get back to them. We're trying to get back to them. Life's been very busy.
It has been, yeah.
This
been
year,
a lot going on this year.
Yeah. It has, yeah. And obviously, I weren't in the best of health a while ago, mentally, as we know, and I needed to step away from stuff. But here we are, back.
Yeah, we're back again.
Yeah, I don't know where to start. Let me start, right? I'm going to get this out of the way because we're just going to be talking generalized news, releases, film, whatever comes up, whatever might come up. But I do want to talk about, and I don't really want to, I'm going to get this out of the way now, and that's Doctor Who, because I know talking Doctor Who and Star Trek has this tendency to drive viewers away. But if rumours are anything to be believed, it looks like Doctor Who won't continue beyond season 2 of Nkuti or Kuti Shuti was run as the Doctor. Ironically, Michael's just joined the chat, and he's the one that would be, So yeah, so rumor persists that Disney are not happy with, obviously, the Doctor Who ratings, this sort of a thing, and that it may not get a season 3.
Yeah.
For me, I hope that is the case. I seriously do. I want to see the back of this iteration of Doctor Who now. It's been 20 years. Yeah. Next year's 20 years. 2005 it came back. And ironically, there's a kind of symmetry to it in that the fella who brought Doctor Who back to our screens, Russell T Davies, is the fella who goes and destroys Doctor Who entirely. Yes. Michael says that he has heard of it not continuing, but they have a plan if Disney pulls out. The thing is, the thing, obviously the BBC don't know how to fund it, because the fact that they wanted or was happy to it be part funded by Disney would suggest that they weren't overly happy in their, in it at all. So what's your thoughts on that, Matt?
Well, I mean, any business, any product, if it's not selling, if it's not doing very well, there's clearly something wrong with it, isn't there? That the majority of the viewers don't like it. So, obviously, if Disney are getting the feeling that it's not doing well, from what I've heard, it's not done very well on Disney Plus. So as far as they're concerned, they're not really going to want to invest in something that's going to, not going to bring in subscribers to them. There's quite a lot of stuff happening on Disney at the moment, and I can touch on that as well. Stuff I've heard this week about other things on Disney. But as far as Doctor Who goes, I mean, if the BBC, and we know the BBC have got kind of, they want to be a very liberal channel, I guess. So they want to promote sort of, you know, sort of, I don't know what the word is, sort of all types of genre, genders. I think that's what they're, you know, they would like to promote that. And, you know, it's a good thing to educate and to bring presence to these things, but it's got to be done in the right way. And I'm not so sure that Doctor Who is really the platform to do it. Because
Go on.
the core audience of Doctor Who over many, many years are very much into science fiction. They want to see monsters, they want to see good stories, time travel. And I think what Russell T Davies, he's a good writer. He's done, you know, he brought back in 2005, like you say, the David Tennant era. I mean, even Krista Eccleston, they were, you know, those early seasons were really, really good. Then you got Stephen Moffat, who took it in a different direction. But now Russell T Davies has come back. He's obviously wanting to promote the, you know, the gender sort of areas that he's interested in. He's been given the money to do it, but overall, the majority of people aren't really interested in that. You know, they just want to see good science fiction, monsters, good stories. You know, and the other stuff, I think, is best left for a different, you know, a different platform. You know, it's good to educate people, and you know, we're an inclusive society in that. But I don't think Doctor Who is really helping promote it, shall we say?
No, I think you know, you watch this stuff for escapism.
Exactly.
I don't watch this stuff to be lectured.
No.
That's the issue. That's what it comes down to. I don't want to be lectured by it. You know,
No.
And that's the problem, is that you feel like you're being force fed it.
Yeah, exactly. Rather than it just being natural.
Yeah.
You know, and there are shows that have done it. The Orville, there was a fantastic episode about transgender, and it was done really, really well. It was probably one of the strongest episodes, you know, but it didn't feel forced, but it just felt natural. And that was one of the, you know, you got Star Trek writers on that series, and that was one thing that Star Trek always used to do. It would tackle, you know, these kind of cultural issues. You know, it brought the first interracial kiss to television. You know, it did it in the right way, and it, you know, educated people, but it didn't force it.
No.
And I think this forcing just puts people off.
Yeah, the thing about the Orville is they actually, with that episode, I can't remember the title of it. If Michael's in the chat, he'll probably know the title of the episode we're discussing. But it's a very, it was very thoughtful in done in the way it approached it, and it wasn't really taking sides or trying to make you think a certain way.
No.
It was done in a very mature, clever, like I said, thoughtful, thought-provoking manner, and came across as, you know, as one of the at the time I felt, yeah, and I think even now probably one of the best written pieces of science fiction that I've seen in the time. Yeah, the Tales of Tutopia. I don't know the exact title, but Michael does say, surprisingly, although, yeah, it is time to put Doctor Who to rest, I think, and maybe not, you know, not end it. I mean, as in, you know, down the line, see another return to it, but give it a break for a decade or so, and then come back with something fresh, akin to, you know, maybe all this stuff will be behind us then, and they can focus on, they can reflect and see what they've done wrong in this era of storytelling. You know, have to see how that goes. So yeah, Silverikov 7, yes. They're trying to portray a minority group as a majority to influence the children and try to doctrine them. I have said that, yeah, in schools there's, you know, yeah. He says the anime One Piece has an amazing portrait of LGBTQ by not making them a main character in on another character story. Okay, I've not seen that. I wonder if Chris has seen that. But yeah, so anyway, let's leave Doctor Who. Let's step out of the TARDIS and go elsewhere now, because Doctor Who has a tendency to push people away from the chat. So no more mention of Doctor Who, Michael, if you're in the chat.
So while we're on the subject of, I guess, of Disney Plus,
Disney Plus.
Obviously, the news that I've heard this week is that they, again, another franchise which has kind of been oversaturated, overdone, is Star Wars. The most recent show, obviously, The Acolyte, has not done very well. I mean, I kind of switched off after 2 or 3 episodes. And from what I've heard in the industry news is that they just want to scale it back to one series of Star Wars per year, no more.
Yeah, but I still think they're because isn't there talk of now having a Star Wars film every other year again? There's been that chatter as well, and I'm thinking you're making the same mistakes all over again.
Yeah,
you know, why do Christ Almighty, just take one step at a time, baby steps, right? Okay, if you want to plan a trilogy, plan a trilogy. Don't go into it like the Force Awakens trilogy was, where it was completely unplanned and we just do whatever we want to do following the last one. Have a planned story. But so if you're planning a trilogy, plan a trilogy. Fair enough, right? Star Wars always worked as trilogies in the past, but don't start going, oh, we want to do a Star Wars film every 2 years, right? Because straight away I'm thinking, and then you have a TV show every other year. Okay, scale down on the TV shows or every year, whatever. But then you start thinking, you're as the makers of this, you're now. Your thought process is the same. Your thought process is exactly the same as it was before, and it's about trying to get as much out as you can. The minute they turned around and said, "Oh, we want to do a film every other year," straight away I'm like, I don't want to hear that.
No,
I don't want to hear that. It feels like you still are trying to saturate the market with it. And let's be fair, 2 years at our age. Or youngsters, they don't feel time like we do. It's an abstract concept, but for us, 2 years is a short span of time. It's a very short span of time.
Yeah.
But I'm hoping that But it's same with Marvel. But I'm thinking Kevin Feige has realised, especially after Deadpool Wolverine, that you don't need to put this stuff in, because there's a lot of troubles going on behind the scenes with like Brie Larson and Tatiana, what's her face, who played She-Hulk. They're not happy with, they had scenes that were filmed in Deadpool and Wolverine apparently that Ryan Reynolds has blocked.
Really?
And even for the extended cut, when they do it, Ryan Reynolds has said those scenes are not to be put into the film. That sort of thing.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so they're not very happy. I don't know how much truth is in it about them going to try and sue Disney for it. They're not happy because obviously Deadpool and Wolverine it doesn't step into really any agenda of this politics agenda. It's just a fun film that has fun. Has fun, is humorous and has fun. Although I had issues with it, it's fun without treading into those.
And it clearly shows that you don't need. That's what the majority of people want, just a fun film. because look at the box office for it. You know, it's done amazing numbers. So the writing's on the wall that this is what works. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So just continue to do that, because that's what most people want. You know. I Scott.
Yeah. This so I'm getting to meet Scott, aren't I, soon?
Yes, yeah,
Scott's
we're
a
coming
friend of,
down to
yeah,
London.
Scott is a friend of Matt's, who I talk to online off of here.
Yeah,
And Matt's coming down in October, is it?
yeah. First Saturday or second Saturday of October, something like that.
Yeah, come down to London because you're going to the Batman Unmasked
Unmasked.
exhibition, which I'm actually going to tomorrow. I'd actually booked tickets to it before Matt had decided, but yeah, I've got tickets for tomorrow. It opened a couple of days ago, so I'm going up into London's West End tomorrow. I probably will go Forbidden Planet. You know, I might see if I can get some footage inside the Batman thing. I don't know what they're like with filming. Probably not allowed, but there we go. But don't stop me from trying. I may get kicked out. No, I don't. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Anyway,
Might get some photos. I'm
yeah.
sure you'll be able
So
to do photos.
yeah, probably. Yeah, that'll be good. So yeah, I'm off to that tomorrow, and then I'll be meeting Matt and Scott up in London as they come out of their tour of it.
Yeah, it's only about 40 minutes, I think.
Yeah, 45 minutes, and then I'll be taking you both to lunch. We'll go and get something.
Lovely.
That'll be good.
Yeah, we'll do the usual Forbidden Planet, HMV, because I don't think Scott's been to the big HMV yet.
No, you got the two CEXs.
There is a FOP as well, but pretty much if you're going to go to HMV, you can't really see the point in FOP because it's pretty much the same thing, isn't it?
It is. It is. Michael asks, with Halloween right around the corner, do you plan to watch any horror film on Halloween itself?
Possibly. I don't necessarily do this 31 days of horror stuff. Well, I often watch some sort of horror film fairly regularly, sort of through Amazon. So I don't mind the horror genre. It's just I don't collect it. I just see it almost as a one and done sort of watch. And it's not something I necessarily would collect because I can't see the rewatchability in it anytime soon. You know, you watch, apart from some of the classics. I mean, obviously, if it's stepping into sci-fi horror, that's a little bit different for me. You know, the Alien franchise. You know, and you got some of the classics, The Exorcist, The Shining. But again, they're classic films, but it's not something I would watch every year regularly. It's just now and again.
So to answer that question myself, no, I've not got any plans to watch. I don't, you know, for me, Halloween is just another day. I don't celebrate Halloween. I mean, when the kids were young, we used to, you know, I did used to dress the kids up for Halloween. I'd done the house. I'd done some stuff at the front of the house because where I lived at the time when the kids were young, other people done it. So, and the kids, I would take the kids trick or treating, but you'd know what houses to go to because you had other houses that were decorated up. Do you know what I mean? So you just stuck to those houses because they were essentially inviting it. They had kids themselves and all this sort of thing. And I used to enjoy doing it with the kids, but when they grew past it, I was very happy to see the back of it. I was, you know, even now, like with Easter, I'm so happy to see the back of Easter where the kids have grown and I ain't got to deal with that stuff anymore. This is great. So really, it's only Christmas and birthdays now. But no, I haven't got any plans. I mean, you don't know what will happen. I say there's no plans. I don't plan it. Come Halloween, you know, I might decide to. But I tell you what I did. I watched a horror film the other day, right? And I picked it up for the second time because I've got it in the collection, but I found one with a slip. right? And I picked it up for £2.50 with a slip, just because it had a slip on it, and it was My Bloody Valentine 3D, but not 3D that you like, Matt. It's the old bloody.
Yeah.
Not that I watch it in 3D like that. I don't. I watch the standard version. And My Bloody Valentine. But it came with the version that I saw in CEX, which I just happened to go into because the bank wasn't open for me yet to go into the bank, so I had to kill 10 minutes. And it had like it's just an amaray, but it had an acetate, one of them plastic slips with a red bloody heart on the front of it. So I thought, oh, I've got this film. I've never watched the film, but here's another one here with a slip on it, acetate slip that I've never seen before. So I'm going to buy it for £2.50 for that. So I sat down and watched the film. I don't know if you've seen it, have you? My Bloody
Don't
Valentine?
think I have, no.
All
It's
right,
not
so
one that I've watched.
I've got a feeling it's a remake, I think, and it stars Jensen Ackles, who was one of the two main stars of Supernatural, the TV show, which I've got it there actually. So Jensen Ackles, and he's one of the people they keep saying, "Oh, make him be the new Batman." So there's Jensen there. Him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so he was in it, which is like, I quite like him anyway. So that was a draw to it, and I watched it a couple of nights ago, and I had a lot of fun with it. I thought it was pretty good, and I didn't see the twist coming. That came. It threw me off till towards the end when I started sort of recognizing the walk of the bad guy. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, it was fun. It was a fun film.
Yeah.
So
watched one the other week which I've not seen before. And it's like a sequel to The Strangers. Have you watched that?
No, I haven't. Oh, it's The Strangers. I've seen The Strangers. I've not seen the sequel.
Yeah, well, there's two.
Yeah.
There's two. We watched this more recent one, and apparently based on true events. These three sort of masked, with two women and a man, I think, with a mask on, and just causing chaos. It did kind of have a sort of retro feel about it. The music was sort of synth music that you sort of akin to Halloween and that sort of thing. I didn't mind it. It was all right. But I know The Strangers I think that's just recently got a sort of collector's edition 101, I think, or second sight, one of them two. But no, I don't think I've seen the original. Hasn't it got Liv Tyler in it?
Yes, I believe so. Yeah. Yeah, it's been some time since I've seen it.
Yeah.
But yeah. So figures and things.
Oh.
I just looked up at my Dalek. Obviously, he's got a load of Doctor Who stuff and Daleks. I used to have, my son used to play with them, and I ain't got them anymore. But I kept one Dalek, which was the World War II looking one.
Oh yeah.
The only Dalek I kept because I like World War II era stuff. So it kind of sort of spoke. Who checked out? He says he's checked out Mando season 3. Yeah, it wasn't very good. Mando season 3. Good day.
Very odd.
Yeah. Noah, film fanatic, watching Beetlejuice 2 later today. I will watch it. I'm not a fan of Beetlejuice 1.
No, I'm not.
Michael Keaton though, and that doesn't mean I won't like the second one if Keaton's in it. It's got a bigger part in it. He's only in, he's more of a sort of extended cameo in the first one, isn't he, more than anything else? Silver Kiev says BlackRock donate 500 million plus to any studio that checks their boxes for woke representation in their projects. Even if the movie show fails, that won't matter for BlackRock. We'll still donate. I don't. Who's BlackRock? I don't know who that is. I'm showing a bit of ignorance there. I've got no idea who or what that is. I didn't even finish The Acolyte. I got two episodes in and switched off that. Amandla, what's her face, is a horrendous woman. Horrible. So's that thingy, the new Snow White girl. So unlikable these people are, preaching their crap. Seriously. And that Mandla, is it Seaberg or something like that? I can't remember her name. Amandla. She done that song as well at the time of the Acolyte and all. Horrendous.
Yeah.
Michael says, I agree with Matt. Most horror is what's done for me, except the Final Destination films and Paranormal Activity, which Matt is
Yeah,
a
I
fan.
like those. But again, you know, a lot of horror, I couldn't watch it on repeat viewing every few months, or, you know, just every now and again for me.
Yeah.
So I've got a little bit of horror in the collection. It's just not a genre that I particularly collect.
No, I mean, I think I'm surprised. I surprised myself when I've done my horror collection, because I think I've got far more horror than what I actually thought I had. But saying that, I mean, you know, there's certain. It's such a broad spectrum that horror encompasses. You know, because things like Jaws and that would be classed under horror. Things like, you know, like you said, Aliens and things like this, and Predator. You know, the horror aspect to them. But
Yeah.
I don't really, in my mind, they're not. They don't fall under horror for me.
No.
But there we go. Figures and Things has a soft spot for that. I've lost it. Remake Bloody Valentine. It was fun. It was a fun film. Yeah, it was. I had a lot of fun with it. I like Jensen Ackles anyway, so that was the main draw of it for me. Mike, did you see that? I see. Jensen did voice Batman. Yes, he voiced Batman recently in quite a few. Well, not quite a few, in several Batman animated things. I wouldn't mind Jensen Ackles as Batman.
Yeah.
Hiya, Richard.
There's talk, isn't there, of a possible trailer for the new Superman film in December, apparently.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he was rumoured, but
he was in Twisters, wasn't he?
yes, he was. Yeah, he kind of played that character as a bit akin to the character in the first film, who was like the guy who nicked the idea. It wasn't exactly the same. He had that sort of vibe about him that he was annoying and
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, he was pretty unlikable, wasn't he?
Yeah.
In it.
But yeah, I think there is talk of James Gunn doing a Superman v Batman story in the DC. So they're obviously going to be looking at casting a Batman in the new DC universe, but who that's going to be, I'm not sure.
Yeah, well, time will tell. But yeah, so Richard here, Richard Vouston. Good morning, lads. Good to see you both on another live. I did meet Richard. We met in Bromley once, a little while ago. I think when Richard.
Yeah, I remember you saying, yeah.
Yeah, when
Richard, was it?
Yeah. Then we went for a coffee and that. And when Richard comes down again, we'll go for a breakfast or something, or lunch. Cool. Love the fact that you look at your Dalek. Yes, I would reach it, but I've got to go round and I've got boxes. I've got, like, the way my room's laid out, I've got like an island in the middle now, which is resting the computer on at the moment. And it's so I have to walk around it to get to the other side, and it's bookcases that are back to back, so it's like an island in the middle, and I've got boxes blocking that end, I've got boxes blocking this end, so I can't get round to the other side. But yeah, my Dalek's just over there. I don't know if I can spin it and show it. Can I spin the cam on this? I don't know if I can.
Sure.
That's a mess. I don't know if you can see my Dalek there on the shelf behind that Batman Lego box. Yeah, so I had to look up at that Dalek that's sat there. Still very, very messy in here. Very messy, a lot to do. Where are we? George is here. Hello, George. Hello, Alan and Matt. Oh, he's George. Roger.
Yeah.
Roger's giving away my name. Anonymity. That's why I go with AJ. It's good you're not watching the Crow remake until it releases on digital, AJ, as it is getting terrible reviews, says Noah. Yeah, I've heard some bad stuff about it.
Yeah, I don't think it was needed personally.
Yeah, it's I didn't really like the Twisters film. Quite a few films this year was not great. So when I do a 2024 movie ranking this year, there might be a load of ranking films I didn't like. Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah, I
Twisters.
wasn't over
It's
fussed with it.
well, I started working out the science in it, didn't I? And all this nonsense, and I just didn't. Yeah, when I'm just sat there doing that, start working out mathematical equations in my head. There's a problem.
Yeah.
um, I reckon he'd be a good Bond, the Twisters dude. What's his name, Matt? That geezer who starred in it?
Oh, yeah. Oh, I can't think of his name.
I can't remember his name.
No, but he's a good. Yeah, he's got a lot of charisma about him. I can't see him as a Bond, but
He has got charisma. I will give him that. There's something likable about the guy. I watched that other film he'd done, Netflix film Hitman, was it? I think it was called Hitman, but I didn't. Again, it's one of those things where I've watched it. He was in it, and I cannot remember anything about it. Whenever I watch a Netflix movie, even if I enjoy a Netflix movie when I'm watching it, or any streaming movie, I cannot remember a damn thing about it once the film's all said and done. They must have really lackluster scripts.
I'll tell you one we watched the other night, which is on Amazon, which I think you've already watched.
Glenn Powell.
I didn't mind it. Colin Meaney, from Next Generation and Deep Space Nine, he was in it, and it was basically about this plane that crashes and it goes underwater. These people are trying to get out, and there's sharks.
Oh, sharks. Oh, yeah. They're trapped on the
I
plane.
quite enjoyed it, actually. I know it was ridiculous, but
poor old Cole Meany looks so well. He didn't look like he should be playing that character he was playing.
no.
He looked not fit enough to be doing what he was doing, but he's only in it for a minute, really, isn't he? He's only got a small part till he's dispatched by the sharks.
Pointless, really. Pointless being in it. Anyone could have played that part, but I think he must have just got a big paycheck. They just thought, well, he's a well-known person. Everyone else in it, never heard of. Let's stick him in there. But yeah, I mean, it was totally ridiculous. But again, I didn't mind it. It's just that throwaway entertainment that, like you say, creature features are always fun, aren't they?
They are. Yeah. But the problem with the shark genre is you're never going to get better than Jaws.
No.
Every so often you get a film that kind of steps up to the plate. Not that it's ever going to get better than Jaws, but you get some big budget ones every so often, like Deep Blue Sea, The Shallows, which are okay. They're not bad attempts at a shark film, but the first ever shark film to be done, really, the proper first ever killer shark film, Jaws. Someone's going to come back to me and say, actually, I've done this before that now. Like the Burt Reynolds one. Was that before or after? I don't know. But anyway, do you know what I mean? So it was one of the first shark films, is the best shark film, always has been. And, when you've gone in at that level, just pales in comparison. But like I said, you get some enjoyable ones at times. But all I can say about Cole Meany is don't get on an airplane with him, because that's the second time he's been involved in an airplane crash. Die Hard 2.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Yeah. He was the pilot of when they adjusted the readings of the land, of the level of the ground, and the plane crashed.
Oh, dear. Yeah.
BlackRock is one of the 13 families that are shareholders and owners of everything we consume, from food to entertainment and more. They meet once a year to decide what they want to do to us, even World War III. Okay, all right, fair enough. I get where you're. Yeah.
The Illuminati, shall we call them?
Yeah. Glenn Powell. Glenn
Powell, that's it. Yeah.
There's always been, these people that, Rod, no, don't be silly, Roger. I'm joking. Noah has a big movie role incoming. I have no idea if I can say about it, but it's a Netflix series. Okay, Noah, don't say nothing then if it's top secret. No Way Up, the film.
No Way Up, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's completely ridiculous, but I had fun with it. I didn't mind, it was enjoyable. It was an enjoyable hour and a half, I think it was.
Meg movies and Black Demon. Black Demon was rubbish. I enjoy the Meg movies.
Yeah.
They're not
I haven't
great.
seen the second one yet. I did start to watch the second one and got distracted, but again, yeah, they're just daft, aren't they? Don't take them too seriously. They're just like fun, dumb films.
Yeah, I mean, I've read the books. I've read the Meg books, and they're well, not all of them, most of them, and I enjoy the books as well. But they don't follow, the second film. They don't. They're not as good as the books, obviously, and they don't really follow what the books do. There wasn't a giant octopus in the second Meg book. It was more of them sort of. You had them. You had other prehistoric creatures in it, which were like, what they're called. The big-bodied undersea things with the four fins, the long neck, and almost like an alligator head on the top.
Yeah.
Those sort of things were in it. They were the other things that came up from deep below. If they make a Meg 3, I bet they will make an Asylum film, but actually good with good CGI with Statham, like having land sharks and three-headed sharks. Not if they follow the book. Okay, let's talk. Let's leave the messages for a minute. Coming out of that for a sec, so I'm not distracted by them. And let's talk. Let's talk. What? Any more news, or do you want to talk some new releases? What new releases are there on the horizon? So what's this deal with the Beetlejuice? Tell us about this Beetlejuice.
Yeah. So I mean, if you're interested in the Beetlejuice films, there's a new collector's edition coming out, the first film, with all the bells and whistles,
So all the tap
cards, all the tap, the steelbook, etc.
Yeah.
I think maybe Zavvi have got this edition, or Amazon, I'm not sure, but apparently if you go on Amazon Italy, they've got it on at the moment on a pre-order for €30. So if you add your postage to it, it's coming in about £30 sterling, which for a collector's edition for a 4K with a steelbook, that's a good price.
Yeah, so this is what the thick kind of, you get the box, the rigid box with the bits in it. Interestingly, I did have the previous Zavvi release of Beetlejuice that they'd done a few years back with the slip and all that sort of thing, and I sold it. When I was doing my Cullins, it didn't make it into one of the videos, but I thought to myself, why have I got this? I'm going to stick it on eBay and sell it.
Yeah.
Because for me, Beetlejuice isn't, like I said, it's not a film for me.
No, it didn't really touch with me either.
But I will say the second one. I do like the new steelbook for the first Beetlejuice that's coming out over here with the glow in the dark stuff and the slip.
But I don't know whether that's
black and white.
The same one for Italy, whether that's got the glow in the dark thing, I'm not sure. I'll have to look if I can find the trouble. Again, it's all in Italian, but let's just see. There it is. You can see that.
Go closer. Yeah, I think the steelbook's different, isn't it? The steelbook on the one we've got with the glow in the dark is like Beetlejuice in the middle, and it's a black and white sort of squarey thing motif going around him, like zigging outwards, sort of.
I don't know whether that is glow in the dark. It does say not final artwork, but that's the outer case. I don't really know what that is, but for those fans of Beetlejuice, You know, that's a very good price for a collector's edition.
So it's still at 30 euros, is it?
30 year, yeah, at the moment, 29.99, about €3 for postage. So if you convert that to sterling, you're looking at around about 31 pounds
Yeah.
sterling, which is, you know, it's for that package, that's a decent price. You know,
It is.
that's what we used to pay several years ago, but as you've seen, the prices have gone up to 35, 40, even 45. You know, they're hitting that £50 mark near enough. They're getting towards that, you know, if it continues, which is getting a bit silly. You know, it puts you
Yeah,
off
yeah.
thinking, no, I'm not prepared to pay that kind of money for this, you know.
No, yeah. So my question to anyone is because I think it's a bit weird at the moment. Now I don't really follow news outlets on releases or anything like this. I just when I was younger, it's the sort of thing that I would have done. Now it's just a case of, you know, I scroll Facebook or whatever, and I might see something that says, "Oh, this is coming, artwork for this new release." It's usually pointed at me by other people now. Because I ain't got time for that sort of stuff, and it really don't bother me anyway. But Film Vault, I know we had the Film Vault steelbooks that are essentially a different version of the re-release of what came before.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the same films, same cover artwork, just in a different package. But Film Vault, I think it's odd that we've not seen a new phase of release from them.
Yeah.
I think Titans of Cult, it all seems to have gone quiet as well. I know that, you know, they changed things up with the Gladiator.
I don't think that Gladiator set sold very well, did it?
I don't know. I didn't pay any attention to it really. It was, for me, it was a good jumping off point for Film Vault because they'd altered the package. If it had continued as it was, much akin to the others, I would inevitably probably have picked it up because I only have Gladiator on Blu-ray anyway. But also, you know, you'd have thought by now you'd have heard the releases of the next Marvel and Star Wars be on the horizon, and it's all quiet.
Yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot of boutique releases, I think, in the next few months. From, again, I don't follow things that closely, but from what I've seen, there's a lot of boutique labels, you know, limited editions and this kind of thing. Nothing that really appeals to me. But as far as mainstream releases go, yeah, it's gone a bit quiet, hasn't it? I'm wondering whether these Film Vault, I mean, there could easily be some other films that they could, you know, that are cash cows, you know, like The Matrix. What else could you do? You know, there's no end of titles that they could do, which will definitely, you know, if they got good art on them, they would definitely sell. But they do seem to be repeating what, you know, like you say, these steelbooks that have come recently this year were just remake or rehashes of what you had last year in the big boxes.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. I just having a look at like what pre-orders I've got in place.
I've literally got only one pre-order, and that is the Twister set.
Yeah.
You know, the UK one from Amazon. That's the only one I've got. There's a few US releases which have been announced, which kind of sparked my interest. Obviously, the Sixth Sense and Signs, M. Night Shyamalan films, the early ones, these good films, they're getting 4K releases in the US.
Yep.
Signs interest me. The only problem and the disappointing thing is there's no immersive sound on it. It's no Atmos or DTSX. Now, I think Signs would be ideal for that because you've got so much going on with the, you know, the aliens and that running around the house in the attic. That would have been great.
Yeah.
really, really, really. But for some reason, again, I guess it's because it's Disney now that owns them. They're not putting in the effort really to sort of create anything new. They might do a remaster, but they're not putting. It's just a 5.1 mix, which that kind of puts me off a bit. And I just think, well, I'll just stick with the Blu-ray, because I can upscale it, stick simulated HDR, and you've pretty much got near enough what you've got on the 4K disc. Not partial.
Yeah, no. I don't know. Obviously, we're finally getting barbed wire in this country on 4K.
Yeah. Again, that turbine release, that's such a great looking steelbook, that, isn't it?
It's
Really,
it's a lovely
really
release.
nice.
Yeah. Barbed wire.
Yeah.
I'm a defender of it. I'm a defender of barbed wire. I don't care what you say. I enjoy it. I've just looked over, Matt, and I've seen my other edition of My Bloody Valentine 3D. I'll bring it down.
Okay.
I can see it from here. I'll bring it down for you when I meet
okay.
you.
Thank you.
You can have that one. It's a fun horror.
Talking of barbed wire and obviously Pamela Anderson, something else I saw a little news article on. There's a documentary apparently coming out. I don't know what streaming site it's going to be on, but it's all about Baywatch and about all of the cast members that were in it, and sort of trying to sort of give them a bit more, because obviously back in the 90s, it was the massive hit show that it was. All these sort of men and women that were like sort of best looking people on the planet and all that sort of stuff. But actually, apparently, this documentary is supposed to try and give you some insight into what they're like as a person. Trying to give them a bit more depth. So that actually sounds quite interesting. Again, if you like Baywatch,
I'd be up for that.
A lot of the younger generation would probably think, well, what's Baywatch? And it was back in the 90s. It was just great television on a Saturday evening, but for young teenagers.
Yeah. But even you said back in the 90s, it does sound a long time ago, doesn't it?
30 years, isn't it? 30 years ago. Crazy.
Tempus fugit. Time flies.
It does, yeah. Oh, believe me.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Let's have a look where I was at with the Playing Down Under. I didn't know. Yeah. What's his name? David Altman. I think it's the author of the Meg books. It's about 5 or 6 of them.
Wow.
Yeah. You never get them all in films. True story. Richard once shared a flight to Dublin with Cole Meany a few years ago. Seemed like a very nice chap. I'm sure he is. But after seeing 2 damn planes with him on board, I don't know what I would about that. No, it says there's a remake of Salem's Lot coming out.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Next month. America's getting it straight to streaming. We're getting it in cinema, but everyone thought it would have got cancelled. Okay, they pulled the plug on the thingy film, didn't they? The Toxic Avenger remake, which was done with old the little fella. Oh my god, Peter Dinklage. Dinklage. And it doesn't look like that's getting released at all.
I'll tell you one, and I think I shared the trailer for this. There's Blumhouse. They're doing a remake of The Wolfman that's coming out in January. The trailer looks okay, but last night, again on channel that I sometimes follow, apparently the actual creature, well, the Wolfman, has been revealed on social media, and it just looks dreadful. It doesn't even look like a Wolfman. It just looks like some old guy with sort of fangs and a bit of white hair. But literally, apparently, this is actually what's going to be in the film, and apparently people are just saying this just looks dreadful. You
I
know,
saw you send. I saw you send the trailer over. I haven't watched it yet. I didn't look at it.
yeah. I mean, it doesn't reveal much, but as I say, apparently they have actually revealed. There's this guy dressed up in. It's like, practical effects, practical makeup, but it just looks so like awful. It looks worse than something you probably have got in the 80s. It just looks. I mean, you're never going to beat the American Werewolf in London. That's probably one of the best werewolf films out there.
Yeah.
But this just looks like, you'd have thought things would have progressed, but it's almost like some of this stuff's regressing.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Morning, Lee. Hope you're well. No, it says, I'm guessing the next Disney Plus deal books, if they are any, will be Mandalorian season 3, Loki, season 2, Hawkeye, and Ahsoka. Yeah, I'll still say that they won't be releasing everything. I don't think they'll be releasing these for long.
No.
These steel books, I don't think they will.
Well, I think they've sold well, haven't they?
They have, but I don't think. I don't know how limited are they. That's the problem. Because they're they're going for silly prices now, so they, the supply and demand, the demand's there, the supply obviously isn't. So why not up? And I don't know.
I mean, Disney apparently have handed over their physical media production to Sony, haven't they? That's what I've heard.
That might be why. Is that why you get in Sixth Sense? And
I think so, yeah.
Because
and Signs.
Because I'd like to see films like Con Air, The Rock. There's a lot of films.
Yeah, I think they will. I think they will come, but whether they just stick to the US market or whether we're going to get them over here, I don't know.
Probably stick to the US market. Barbed Wire, 2 great moments in that movie. Yes, and great they were.
Yeah.
Oh, so Rich was saying, Michael Caine. Yeah, I did see that was getting a release. The Michael Caine 1980 film, The Island, was coming out.
Right.
A film called Megalopolis is releasing next. A new
film. Got Adam Driver in this. I've seen it at the cinema a couple of times. I mean, it's Francis Ford Coppola, isn't it? It looks quite epic, but apparently it's cost 120 million. But they're predicting a £5 million opening weekend on it, which is absolutely terrible. It sounds like it's going to bomb. I don't know how they predict these things. I don't know, but that's what I've seen.
Yeah, it's probably to do with a culmination of I don't know if advanced tickets are available or interest online. Thumbs up to thumbs down on stuff about it, etc., etc. It's probably all that sort of stuff taken into account to work it out. But what will happen then is like you see now. As soon as a film fails at the box office, The Fall Guy, Borderlands, you can be sure that streaming release is out within about 3 weeks.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy, isn't it? How quick it is now.
I mean, I don't know how The Crow's done, but I wouldn't be surprised if that hits streaming sometime very soon.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Baywatch and a box of tissues. Good time. Yeah, it always used to bring me to tears as well. Looks like an old grandma and grandpa that got cursed and turned into werewolf in that. Never beat American Werewolf or The Howling. Dog Soldiers is good.
Yeah. Well, that you gave me the Blu-ray copy. It's not the best copy, is it?
No, the Blu-ray wasn't great. It wasn't great.
No.
4K nice.
4K looks good, yeah.
But there we go.
I might upgrade that at some point. I did enjoy the film. First time I'd watched it when you sent it to me. Neil Marshall. Isn't it?
Yes, yeah. Matt, are you still after a Jaws film vault still? Had one arrive
Uh,
from Vice Press.
yes, no, thank you. I've decided I'm quite happy with the collector's edition that I've got, but no, thank you for that. Yeah. I think that I did that video more that at the time I'd pre-ordered it, and it was the fact that just what Amazon did that just rolled me up.
Yeah.
But on reflection, I'm glad I didn't actually go for it, because that collection I've got is really nice. But I can understand, because that's the favourite film of yours, you pretty much want to collect as much editions of it as you can. Bit like with the Matrix, I suppose.
Yeah, no, that's right.
Crazy,
It's
crazy, really, isn't it?
it is, but I don't know. Jaws 50th anniversary is coming up soon. I'm sure there'll be something else done for that. I want
Yeah.
they actually do a. I'm surprised they haven't actually done a steel book, a steel tin with all four of them in. That's going to be next, isn't it? Inevitably.
Yeah, yeah. You're giving somebody an idea now.
Yeah. Don't be. But I've got Jaws on. I've got all four Jaws films on steelbook anyway. The steelbooks that came out before. Now I've got them all on them special editions with the steelbooks in. Yeah, it's it's what it is. Jim Jam says, "Is there a 4K release? What 4K release was your biggest regret buying?"
Ooh.
For whatever reason.
Regret. Really? I can't think one off the top of my head, but I think if it's just a film that, yeah, if it doesn't have like an immersive audio on it, for me, because I've got the equipment to do it, it just feels a bit lackluster. It's almost like it's a half an upgrade to the Blu-ray for
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
But I can't think of anything off the top of my head that I thought, oh, wasn't that fussed about. There must be something, will be something that I may have even sold it. I'm just thinking, doesn't really, feel, but I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
What about a standard release?
Of a 4K?
No, just standard release, a standard like a Blu-ray. Is there a Blu-ray that you bought and you thought, why did I buy that? Because there's, off the top of my head for you, you had two titles pop in my head, and that is Jet Li's The One for you, not for me, and Johnny Mnemonic.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Jet Li, The One, I was actually a bit surprised by that one, because I do like the martial arts genre, and I think if I'd have watched it back in what was it, in the 90s it came out?
I think it was late 90s.
Late 90s. I think I would have probably enjoyed it far more back then, but because, I don't know, I just felt underwhelmed by it. It didn't really, I just thought, no, this isn't for me, which is surprising, because, like I say, the sci-fi element to it and the martial arts usually is a winning combination for me, but yeah, it just didn't work for me. But what was the other one you said?
Johnny Mnemonic.
Oh, yeah. Again, I think that one was, I like the look of the collector's edition. But then on a revisit to the film, I just thought a lot of the effects looked terrible. And I just thought, no, this isn't something I'm going to watch again. So, yeah, I passed it on.
Yeah, so it's quite funny that it's a question that I'm just trying to bring it up. So I do have, I don't know if you can see this, that video there, Buyer's Remorse, which I haven't.
Coming up tomorrow.
Well, at the moment, yeah, but I keep putting it back.
All right.
That's it. But is it Buyer's Remorse? I don't know on that one. It was a HMV purchase, sale purchase, and I don't know if so. I won't share what that one is. Till the
Okay,
video comes
got
up.
us intrigued now.
I'll leave it for tomorrow. I'll leave that to come up tomorrow. But it goes back to, I mean, I think the only 4K that I passed on, like I said earlier, after looking at thinking, why the hell did I buy that? And not that I really regretted it, but I just said to myself, why have I got it? I'm not going to watch it again. Was Beetlejuice. And that Zavi Beetlejuice with the slip, and I sold it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm looking at some of my 4Ks now, and I mean, regret. I've not so much regret. I've been let down by some, like Weird Science 4K edition when you buy, but regret is, you know, I regretted. I'll tell you what I did regret actually was the and I sold that on as well. The Tomb Raider digibook version, the that I had, where it had the two Angelina Jolie Tomb Raider. Yeah, and the 4Ks were in there because I had them on. I've got Tomb Raiders on standard 4K anyway, and I've got them on steelbooks. And then I bought this German digibook version, and after getting it, I was like, oh, you know. And every time I looked at it, I kind of, it was a nice digibook. It was a nice, you know, one of them ones with the German writings in the pages. But I always looked at it and felt funny, felt off.
I bought this. Yeah.
Yeah, it felt. It just, and it made me sell it, made me list it and sell it on eBay. Just because every time I looked at it, it was one of those ones I looked at and thought, why?
Yeah.
Even though I enjoy the films, but I had, yeah, like I said, I have them anyway. But it was just one of those sort of purchases.
Yeah, duplicates again. Sometimes this is something I wrestle with, you know, and you think, why have I, perfect example is Looper. I've got a steel book of it. It's only on Blu-ray, with a couple of lenticular magnets that I picked up over time, and that's quite a nice edition.
Yeah.
But then for some reason I went and bought the Film Arena set.
Yeah.
And the other day I'm thinking, why did I buy that? Because it's not a film that I particularly revisit much. And yeah, I'm just sort of thinking, why do I have both of these? I don't really need both of these. So that one's probably going to be going on eBay at some point.
Yeah, it's Roger says he's now got 4K TV. I did see a post on that, Rog.
Cool.
And player can now understand why you two like your 4K movies. 4K player multi-region because I have a small number of region 1 movies. Nice.
Is that an OLED TV, Roger? Be interested to hear, because again, that's something I would like to get. I do have a 4K TV. It's probably coming up to nearly 10 years old. No, it's over 10 years old because I've got it for 40th birthday and I'm 52. So I kind of would like to get an OLED. Not a huge one, but I kind of like the 43-inch. That would probably just be about right for the living room. Not too big, but is yours OLED?
No.
No.
No, it's just 4K.
Because apparently the OLED with the HDR, it obviously adds that, more, there's higher contrast with it, so you're going to get the best out of those discs.
Yeah.
When I watch on a projector, it looks nice, but it's never as good on a projector as it is on a television because of the contrast.
Yeah.
It's a different sort of look to a film on a projector. I don't know, for some reason it looks more filmic on a projector. That makes sense.
Yeah, I suppose. It's flopping so hard. I think that's Borderlands that Noah's talking about there.
Oh God, yeah.
Do you have a budget on the movies you buy per month?
I would like to, but no.
No, do I have a budget? Well, it kind of falls within whatever disposable income I've got.
Yeah.
That month. What I do, I am I'm not bad at managing my money in the sense that I, come payday, I divert everything to different accounts to
Yeah.
cover the cost of everything, as well as a bit of savings, holiday savings, etc., etc. And I'm left with what I'm left with. Um, I do step outside of that at times, but I've got, my own savings, small amount, so to speak, that I can sort of step into to cover that. But yeah, so that's generally how I work,
Yeah.
rather than
Yeah.
X amount.
Well,
But then, you know what I mean? I don't drink, I don't smoke, anything like that. I have, yeah,
yeah. Yeah. I'm the same. I mean, I don't. I mean, at the moment, I've sort of stepped away from a lot of releases, pre-orders. Anyway, I've literally got one pre-order. Nothing else at the moment that's really
yeah,
interesting me. My big, I guess, my big temptation is I'm always going on eBay and having a look and seeing if I can find good deals on nice editions.
mm,
But again, yeah, you've got to be sensible about it, and work within the budgets that you've got. And obviously, yeah, all the bills get paid for
yeah.
first. And whatever else in
No, that's right.
outgoings.
Got to get that important stuff sorted.
Oh,
So,
absolutely.
how many copies of the Matrix do you have, Matt? Lee's got 6.
Too many. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think I've got about the same, Lee. 6
Um,
on various formats. I mean, obviously, I've got DVD, Blu-ray, and the 4K.
what's the best one? Is the best one the one with the? Is it the spoon on it?
Yeah, yeah. Those.
Is it the spoon? I can't remember.
Yeah. Well, I got those boxes, didn't I? Those. I think they're Manta Labs, the glow in the dark ones. I don't know whether I've shown them on the channel, but they're not the complete sets because they came sort of about 3 editions in each one. I bought the box separately and then just put one edition, like with a double lenticular Manta Lab. Didn't come with a steelbook, but I got the seller was selling an Amaray version. It was quite nice.
Mm.
But yeah, you know,
Do
yeah.
they glow in the dark?
They do a little bit, not as much as maybe as advertised, but
Because obviously in the old days when you had glow in the dark stuff, it used to, stuff did glow in the dark. But I think
yeah,
that if I'm right in thinking that stuff they used to use back in the day was quite toxic, wasn't it?
yeah,
Used to use and so now when you get something that's glow in the dark, it rarely does. I mean
yeah.
that figure there, that Doomsday figure, all the green on that is meant to be glow in the dark, but
Okay,
you can barely see it.
yeah.
Even when I
It's
hold it
more
up
of a
to the light, when
yeah.
turn
It's
the
a
light off,
gimmick, isn't it? It's just
it's
more of a
like you
gimmick.
can't see it. Um, yeah, the bigger boat edition. Worst 4K Barbie. Ask AJ. I love
Oh,
Barbie.
no, Barbie. Yeah,
Wait, Lee, how many
you must
Barbies?
have more editions of Barbie than anyone I know.
Lee, how many Barbies have you got? Two at least. Two at least.
Oh dear.
Jet Li Unleashed is a great. I've not seen Unleashed. Have you seen that?
No, no.
What's your best CEX find? Sorry. Oh, my best CEX find. Yeah, I've been quite lucky a couple of times with CEX because I found the Nightmare on Elm Street box set with the booklet and all that, and it was priced up as just standard Nightmare on Elm Street, I think.
Mm.
That was lucky. I've had 2 steel books that I've paid next to nothing for because they were priced up as the standard, just the standard Amaray version. And I think Clive Barker's Nightbreed, the special edition with the booklet and all that, was another one that I found that was priced up just as a standard release. Yeah, nothing too sort of, magnificent, but those are some that sort of spring to mind.
There's a steelbook that Jumanji steelbook that you bought when you came up to see me. That wasn't a bad price, I think.
Yeah, that was a nice.
Or something.
That is a very nice steelbook.
Yeah,
I like it a lot. It's very nice looking. And I didn't have the film either, so that was a bonus as well.
yeah,
But yeah, the ones usually it's when they price them wrong.
yeah.
That's what.
Yeah, they priced them up as a standard edition, and they're the steelbook. Well, for me, I think I bought a couple of nice sort of DVD collector's editions in CEX. One was that the Reservoir Dogs, the tin edition. I think that was only a couple of quid, and it's a nice little edition,
Yeah, the gas can.
The gas can one. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Is that like wanker's remorse? That's when you finish. That second you finished. That is.
Yeah.
I always feel funny looking at Angelina Jolie too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, did you see that Australian imprint version of Neverending Story on 4K?
Yes, I did see that. Yeah. I can imagine you're probably going to be getting that one.
How much is it?
Oh, I think it's very expensive.
$200 or something. Is it? Am I right?
Aussie dollars. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's about 100 quid.
Yeah, Jim Jam, that's his favourite movie, isn't it, of all time?
It is.
I can imagine. Are you going to get that one, Jim Jam?
Yeah, it's expensive, isn't it? But I said I think it's about 50% work conversion rate, if that makes sense. The Crow's flopped. Then that's what Noah was on about.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
I have the Manta Lab one-click matrix set. That's my favourite.
Okay, yeah, that'd be the same. That'd be the glow in the dark one. He's got he must have all 3 editions inside it, I think. Okay. It's nice. I mean, yeah, very nice. The box, the outer box is all textured in the matrix code, and
I do. I do have the matrix. I got that really cheap. I don't know how much it was. I think it's a French one.
Oh, the 4 films. That's a good price, for the 4 films.
I think that was like less than 20 quid when I got it.
Yeah.
4K as well. I
still like the
not that I've watched the 4th one.
The DVD collector's edition with the all 10 discs, I think it is, and it's got the anime stuff in. I like that edition. It's done very well, the digipack design, and all the disc art is all specific to that release. Very nice release.
Sorry if I'm coughing. Big Steve, Little Steve,
yeah.
Welcome to our cafe, Hayley, AJ, Matt. How dare you? I only have 3 Barbies. See?
Oh, dear.
Bob Hoskins, it's Find Unleashed. It's a great film.
Oh, okay, Bob Hoskins. Oh, great. Yeah. I got the Long Good Friday 4K. I need to watch that, actually. I haven't watched that. I love that film.
Yeah. Best Find, A Fish Called Wanda collector's edition of £2 in charity shop. Nice.
Yeah, good.
I just ordered Labyrinth and Dark Crystal stills. Okay. A Labyrinth I've got in a 4K digibook with that really love. It has a plastic O-ring around it, but it's a really velvety book feel to it. Really nice. Yeah. Noah says, if there was ever a Jaws remake or a Jaws 5, what would you want the movie to be like? What different things should they do? I wouldn't want a Jaws remake.
No,
You
no,
can't. You can't do it. It couldn't be done.
no.
Couldn't be done. You couldn't recapture that magic again. I mean, you got to think Jaws. Jaws is a film that it defined cinema. The term blockbuster was created because of Jaws.
Yeah,
That was a whole new ball game. That opened the door to pretty much everything we have now. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I wouldn't want to remake. And as for Jaws 5, again, it would just be, beyond Jaws 2. I do see Jaws 2 as a sequel to Jaws, and Jaws 2 isn't a bad film. It's not, it's nowhere on the level of Jaws 1, but it's not a bad film. The others are, and to me, they're just shark films with the name Jaws on, rather than being. Do you know what I mean? But even Jaws, I know Jaws 4 gets a lot of hate. It really does. But my last watch of it, which was a while ago, about a year ago, it wasn't as bad as what I remembered, and definitely not as bad as a lot of the dross that I've watched in the way of shark films.
It's almost like a lot of these films from the past that we considered dross back then, actually, in comparison to what we're getting now, are masterpieces.
Well, yeah. That's the thing now, though, right? Because a lot of films, like I said, a lot of films now are not memorable. They're pretty crap. They are pretty crap. A lot of films that come now are not very good, and the worst of the films from like the 90s and early 2000s, late 80s, when you go back and rewatch now, are far better. They seem far better than the films that you actually get today. Most of the big budget films that you get today. I don't know. It's just, I think I'm getting old. I think it's age. Age has that, my father sits there, films ain't like what they used to be when he was young, and this sort of thing.
We're saying that.
It's that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Circle. That's now us. Young people probably watch this stuff and they love it, and they think, this is great. It really is great cinema and great films, and grow up on them. But we look at them and then give it 40 years, they'll be saying the same thing of the films at that point in time.
Yeah. I've got a question here now. A little bit of audience participation as well, if you like. What's your favourite Steven Spielberg film?
Well, I'll have to think about that one.
Yeah, pop down in the comments what your favourite Spielberg film is, because it's not as easy as you think. Unless it's probably easy for you, but there's such a lot of good films that the guys made over the years, and it's not easy. It's not an easy choice. But interested to hear what people got to say.
Well, Steven Spielberg's like, he's what can I say? He's Steven Spielberg, for Christ's sake. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would say he's probably my favourite director. I mean, Tarantino's done some great films, and I've got all of his films. I've still yet to watch a few of them, but the ones I have watched, I've really enjoyed. But yeah, Spielberg for me, I think he's just,
So, what's your favourite Spielberg film then?
It's really, really tough. I would say I actually really like Close Encounters of the Third Kind. For me,
solid film. Yeah.
I still watch it now and just blown away with the effects in it, and But I do love Jaws. Jaws is just classic, absolute. Probably. Hook, yeah.
I know Hook gets a lot of hate, but I love Hook.
Yeah.
Obviously not my favourite, of course, but there we go. But Hook, I do. No, I like loads of Steven Spielberg films. I love them. I love them. It'd be. Oh, I might do a ranking actually one day. I might do a Steven Spielberg ranking. Obviously,
It's
George being number one.
really, really tough. I mean, I guess you could say. I mean, I know it was a co-production with George Lucas as well, but you know, Raiders of the Lost Ark. I mean, again, a fantastic film. Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
they are Spielberg films.
yeah. Although, I mean, Lucas was involved in obviously the writing of them, but yeah, obviously he directed them. You know, so certainly Raiders and The Last Crusade for me.
See, I've got no problem with. I don't mind thingy either. Temple of Doom. I think it's a great film. I think Temple of Doom is a problem I have with Last Crusade, right? Which is a great film. Don't get me wrong, it's a great film, but there's hideous editing choices in the film, especially towards the latter part of the film, that doesn't make any sense to me.
Okay.
There's just
Such
bits. I'd have to watch it. And pinpoint them.
right.
But I know that there's editing choices throughout, and I think, why have you done that? Why have you done that? And just bits that annoy me. I'm talking little bits, right? Okay, the bit where he puts it. Okay, and this is me being really picky. The bit where he puts his leg out to step off of the the invisible thing, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Done in such a way that his leg is just unnaturally. So the way it's put out is it's just not a natural. You know, it's like almost like this sort of an angle to his foot.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah.
When he throws the person out, when he throws the geezer out of the airship, the German guy who lands on all the luggage below. Obviously, I get, why they've done it, why it's there, but then the airship takes off with all this luggage below, which wouldn't be the case. It's just stupid things like this that does it for me. There's just choices here and there throughout that just really do wind me up in that film. There's two of them actually. Yeah,
you'll have to do a script doctor on that one.
It's not so much scripting. It's more choices of why. Yeah, I don't know.
Why do that? Yeah, I know what you mean.
I'm not knocking the film. It's a great film. Don't get me wrong. The whole trilogy is great. Even the fourth one is far better in my eyes now after having seen the fifth one. It kind of
definitely. Yeah, I mean, I like the warehouse stuff. I quite like the beginning of it actually, with the sort of. I know the stuff within the fridge and that's a bit daft, but the nuclear blast and all that was quite good.
The fridge bit never bothered me, to be honest. And I think the shot where he gets out of the fridge and then he walks up the hill and he's silhouetted against the
mushroom cloud.
Looks fantastic. It's fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Looking scene. But it's not a good film. It's not as good as the other three. But Temple of Doom, I've never, I like the darker take on it. I like the, it feels different.
Yes. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I think off the back of Temple of Raiders of the Lost Ark, I think because it was so different, for me, it was like, ooh, yeah. It just didn't completely work. But yeah, I mean, it's not a bad film. It's just, I would put it below Crusade. It'd be the third film in the five films.
Raiders is obviously the best, but obviously everyone, that he has no impact on the story. The whole thing would have played out the same had he not been in it.
No.
By the end of the film, the Nazis get the Ark of the Covenant, you know, if he wasn't there, they'd get the Ark of the Covenant, they go to the island, they open the Ark of the Covenant, and they all get killed.
Yeah.
Whether he was there or not.
Yeah.
If anything, he led them to it.
Yeah.
No,
it's just, and like you say, I mean, we've talked about this before, but Indiana Jones is best set in that time period of the war. You know, the sort of 40s.
Yeah, it should have always
30s and 40s.
Yeah, they shouldn't have taken him out of that era.
No. When he started going into the 50s, okay. I mean, let's say there's elements of that fourth film that are good. It's just the stuff in the jungle's a bit silly. The bit at the end's a bit, bizarre. But there are some good.
The Russian stuff worked. The Russians,
the Russian
replacement
stuff.
For the Nazis,
Cold War and all that stuff. Yeah,
it kind of made sense, and the whole concept of these aliens or interdimensional beings, whatever you want them to be, it was relevant to the era, and the fear in the era.
And all that.
And all the sort of forms that were of that era. So there's a kind of relevance to it. It's not a great film though, but so I said, you'll notice that all action scenes pretty much have Harrison Ford sat down. He does a little bit of run at the beginning. Okay, fair enough. But then you think you've got the action sequence on the rocket sled. Got the action sequence on the motorbike. He sat down. You got the action sequence through the forest. He sat down. It's all him sitting.
Sitting down, yeah. But I mean, how old was he when he made that? Was he late 60s, early 70s? I don't know.
I'm not sure now.
I mean, he's done well. He's even done well to do the fifth one at 80 or 70.
Yeah.
He's probably about 78, 79 when he did that, didn't he?
But when you've got that classic Indiana Jones action music playing as the little CGI figures running across the top of the train.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, you know what I
mean?
Yeah. Jaws 5, the shark would have to be wearing a dress. Jaws, Saving Private Ryan, says Figures and Things. Too many Spielberg films, can't decide. Jaws or E.T., says Noah. So just quickly, so Jaws we know about. Saving Private Ryan, because you're not overly big on World War II films, are you?
Not really, no. It's not a genre. I mean, I have watched some World War II films, but it's not one that I necessarily gravitate towards. I don't actually think I've seen Saving Private Ryan all the way through. Actually, I think I did. No, I don't think I've actually ever seen it all the way through.
What was that? That was 1998, I believe. I saw it London's West End. I went to see that.
Yeah,
I loved it. I thought it was great. And then obviously it sort of birthed Band of Brothers, which
Yeah, I should really sit down and. I'm sure I've got it. Sure, I've got it on DVD. Actually, I did get up, but I need to sit down and watch it. Maybe that would be a good one for sort of Remembrance Day. I suppose any time really. But
what about E.T.?
E.T. Yeah, I don't mind it, but it's not. It's very much that 80s sort of vibe of young kids together. The Goonies and all of those sorts of films. I've got it, and I know family enjoy watching it, but it's not one that really I would. Not one that I would pick necessarily.
Yeah, it's not one I often go back to now, to be honest. E.T. For some reason, don't know why. I mean, I don't know why. I'm not knocking it. It's a decent film, and I enjoy it when I watch it, but it's not one that I gravitate towards often. As a kid, I think I used to watch it quite often. Very dark film, though, isn't it? I think back in the day when I used to watch it, I must have had it on Pirate, VHS Pirate when I was young.
Yeah.
Because I remember, you know, all the scenes. It's very, yeah, it's very atmospheric at times, very darkly lit.
Yeah.
In some scenes. But there we go. It's got to be Jaws, not just because that's my favourite movie. I'm 61. I went to see Jaws at the cinema. See, I missed
Wow.
out on Jaws at the cinema
Yeah.
because I weren't born. I was the year after, unfortunately. Lee prefers Temple to Raiders.
Okay.
Dive Destiny makes Crystal Skull a masterpiece. It does. I don't mind that. I don't mind that. It's like Die Hard 5 elevates Die Hard 4 for me.
Yeah.
A bit. I'm not saying a lot. A bit.
No.
Facts. 100%. I hate Temple of Doom. Just didn't sit right with me. All right. Yeah. Scott says Jaws, obviously, but too many great films.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, it's just
Dialysis of Destiny.
yeah.
Laugh out loud. Point and shoot. Are you mates in the UK?
Yes, we are. We are in the UK.
But are we mates in the UK? Yeah, no, we met each other through having channels. Matt had a channel, and then I started one up, and Matt started talking to me.
I did, yeah. I think I was one of your earliest subscribers.
Yeah, he started talking to me and didn't stop. Still hasn't stopped.
Still hasn't.
E.T. the extra testicle. I found E.T. very boring, says Playing Down Under. That's fair enough. Did you see it when it came out, or not, or recently? Do you guys like the movie Braveheart? Braveheart. He's in
Braveheart.
Point and shoot in California. Do you like Braveheart?
Yeah, very good film. Yeah, haven't seen it for some time. I actually got the 4K of it. I was looking at that the other day and thinking, yeah, I need to watch the 4K. I don't know whether it's going to bring much more to it. I don't know. Again, that's another one where there's no sort of Atmos or DTSX on it. But then again, I don't necessarily know whether it needs that. But yeah, I need to watch that in 4K actually.
Yeah, it's Braveheart's a good film. I haven't seen it. I haven't watched it for a long time. I do have it in the collection, obviously, but I haven't watched it for blimey. I don't think I've actually watched it on Blu-ray. That's how long
I've got the steelbook. I've got I think it's a play.com steelbook.
Yeah.
Still got that.
Yeah.
But no, it's been a long time.
I do like Mel Gibson. I think Mel Gibson's very good.
Yeah. But very good. Again, a great director. I mean, he's done some really good films.
He has. I love Hacksaw Ridge. I will say, I think Hacksaw Ridge is a great film.
That's another one that's on my list to watch. Again, another war film. But yeah, again, Andrew Garfield, great actor. You know, everything he does is. And the other day we were watching. My daughter wanted to watch the Spider-Man films, and she actually she agreed. She said she thinks that Andrew Garfield is the best Spider-Man Peter Parker. You know, because he's the best actor out of all of them.
Andrew Garfield's the best actor to play. I think each one. I think okay. I think each you know, Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, Tom Holland. I think each one brings something different to the role that's good. But overall, Andrew Garfield's the best actor to play. There's something about his performance that I really like. Tom Holland now, just I'm tired of his. I'm tired of Tom Holland.
Yeah,
I'm tired.
The same. Very, just very sort of bland, I think.
Yeah. So he says, me and AJ aren't mates. I'm his supplier. Lee has become my supplier. Yeah. Funnily, we didn't start off with mates. We didn't. Years ago, Lee probably used to beat me up as a kid. Because his secondary school rivaled my secondary school. And yeah, the Woolworth boys used to beat up the Bacon's boys. And so there was probably fun. Yeah, probably. Lee probably beat me up as a kid. I don't know. But there we go. No, seriously, Lee used to go rival school to mine. We only found it out a little while ago. I saw E.T. when it came out. I was a young one.
Like 82, 83. Right.
Talking of that, Knuckles here today. Let me know. Let me know, and I'll pop over. Knuckles is the TV series of Sonic the Hedgehog TV series.
Okay.
It won the Academy Award. I like it a lot. It's a good movie. Braveheart we're talking about.
Yeah, it won several Academy Awards, I think.
Yeah. We Were Soldiers, also very good. Yeah, it was. Yeah, Mel Gibson. Yeah.
I like Apocalypto as well. That's very good. Have you seen that?
I have seen, but yeah, I've got Apocalypto somewhere.
All in the Mayan language, but you know, yeah, it's very good.
Yeah.
With a sneeze.
My favourite movie about the UK is Shaun of the Dead. Or that one with the zombies. Shaun of the Dead's the zombie one.
Yeah.
Toby can't be beaten. Toby Maguire. 28 Days Later.
Yeah, that's good.
Killian. Is it Killian or Cillian? Killian?
Cillian.
Cillian Murphy is Stella. I'm a lover, not a fighter. Ask Matt. I don't know. Where are we? We've got 23 minutes, Matt. 23 minutes.
Yeah.
Talk about something.
Okay. So, well, I mean, we're going to be meeting up next weekend, aren't we, with Chris?
Yeah, I'm going up to Milton Keynes.
Yeah.
Meet
We're
Matt
going to
and
go
Chris.
to the
Cypher Sigma.
what was it? The Sci-Fi and something museum.
I don't know. I didn't pay attention.
Something like that. But it sounds like they've got a lot of props from not just sci-fi. I think they've got the Walter PPK from the Bond films, the early Bond films, I think. All various props and, you know, from different stuff. Obviously, there's a lot of sci-fi stuff in there. But yeah, we're going to have a look around that, and then we're going to go into Milton Keynes and have a look around the CEX and probably HMV and Mankind or whatever is there. I don't know. I don't really know Milton Keynes. But
I've never been to Milton Keynes.
I've been once, but so many years ago, but I can't really remember. All I remember, Milton Keynes is very concrete.
Yeah, well, it's a new town, isn't it?
Yeah.
Built as a new town to take the overflow of London.
And Superman 4 was filmed there, wasn't it?
That's right. Superman 4 was filmed in Milton Keynes, yeah. It's a very characterless place, apparently.
It is, yeah. Yeah, it's very, very concrete from what I can remember.
Yeah, yeah. I've never been. It'll be interesting.
I think it's got this big shopping centre there, which obviously I guess we'll be going to. I mean, Chris is gonna. I think he knows his way around it, so
yeah.
We'll be. So yeah, expect probably a video from each of us. I guess. Are you going to be filming or?
Yeah, I'll film something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Might not be a lot.
I didn't last time we met.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't feeling right. I was a bit nutty in my head. Turned a bit odd, shall we say? No, I shouldn't say that. But Richard says Mel Gibson's Apocalypto is another great film, Matt. Please watch.
Yeah.
Great film, Matt. Please watch Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah, I will do. I will do.
It's a great film. One of my most memorable cinema experiences. Cinema experience of that was great. I do remember.
I know the opening scene is for sort of cinema or home cinema enthusiasts. It's one of those demo scenes with the bullets flying everywhere. Certainly from a sound perspective. But yeah, I'm sure I've got the DVD of it. So if I enjoy it, I probably will upgrade to the 4K.
Yeah. So Lee asks if I'd ever sell my Jaws collection. Why are you looking to buy? Would I ever sell? Do you know what? I don't like. I don't like selling anything. I always regret after I've sold. A few years ago, I went through this crisis, shall we say, and I had to offload. It wasn't like a financial crisis; it was just like a crisis in oneself, and I had to offload a load of stuff just to help clear the mind, clear the stuff, clear the mind. And I sold loads of collectibles. I had like 18-inch Ash Army of Darkness figure. I had other Army of Darkness figures. I got rid of I had a BB gun of Robocop's gun, black. It was fully, and I sold it. And I always regret that that gun, selling that. But if I had to sell, if I had no choice but to sell, yes. But I've got loads of stuff that I could sell before getting to that.
What would be the last thing that you would sell?
It would whittle down. I think, comic wise, I know certainly the Punisher run, all my Punisher comics would be the last ones to go. And film wise, yeah, it would whittle down. That'd be the last ones, some of the last ones left, most definitely.
Yeah.
Apocalypto, amazing. Shaving Ryan's Privates. That's the adult art entertainment version, isn't it? Or something like that.
Yeah.
Shaving, that's better. Milton Keynes is an amazing place. The beach scene is amazing. Yeah, Private Ryan. Milton Keynes, I don't know whether to believe you or not. Thoughts on Forrest Gump? Thoughts on Forrest Gump?
Oh yeah. Again, great film. Yeah.
I didn't like it the first time I watched it.
Didn't you?
No, I watched it on Pirate. It was a Pirate, I know that. And I don't know if there might have been. It may not have been complete. There may have been bits missing.
Okay.
It didn't. I didn't enjoy it. But when I watched it properly, yeah, I did. I like it a lot.
Yeah. Castaway as well. That's another great film, isn't it?
DVD. How dare you? Did I mention DVD? Who mentioned DVD?
I probably did.
Oh, right. Yeah, okay. Swap you for my Barbie collection. Yeah, all right. Enough Barbies to keep me going a lifetime. AJ, you don't have anything 18 inches. Don't lie. No, I don't. I'll be honest there. Yeah, I don't know. So what's going? So what have you got? You got anything upcoming, Matt? Anything in the pipeline on your channel?
No, to be honest. Got a couple of videos that I've done, but no, I did my Blu-ray collection series of videos not long ago, and was a bit surprised at sort of the lack of views on that one, and kind of I don't know, sort of kind of put me off doing sort of series of videos. So I think just going forward, it's going to be kind of just as and when I feel like doing them.
Yeah, I mean, I've got, as you know, I've got what's it called? I've got a video on Premiere called what's it called? Christ Almighty! It's the last video premiered on my channel. The big finale,
The big
which is actually
finale,
the finale of my culling and sort of like how much I got selling and all this sort of thing. But I've done nothing beyond that. I've done nothing,
No.
and I think that I'm certainly not going to have anything like I've done. You know, I mean, these culling videos that I'm doing at the moment, they were filmed in April, simply because I wanted to get them done out of the way and that stuff offloaded before I moved, because it reduced the amount of stuff I was moving, and by a few boxes at least. So I've got nothing. So I think going forward, I'm not going to be having that. I'm not working like that anymore with stuff far down the line. It's just going to be as and when, most definitely.
I think so. Yeah, I think that's the way I'm sort of feeling at the moment. I may change. I did start a series of a couple of videos, much akin to your Desert Island discs, but I've decided it's just feeling more of a chore to do it, and I don't want the channel, me to be making videos and it feels like, well, I must do this. You know, I don't really want it to be like that. I just want it to be just a bit of fun and but you know, I like these chats. You know, they're great. You know, you can just talk, and I mean, I know we've done some of the podcasts about films, and they're really good. But you know, it's more about when you want to do it, because I think then that makes a better video because you're more invested in it rather than forcing yourself to do something. If that makes sense.
No, that's right. Yeah. And the puppies come up.
Yeah. Quite chilled.
Hello, yeah.
Where's Brody? Is he about?
Oh, he's downstairs.
Ah, okay.
You're a good little doggy. Do you want to go down now? Go on. No, you don't want to go down.
Where's your tortoise now? Is he in that room with you, or?
No, the tortoise is actually in the front room now.
Oh, okay.
But with the summer being summer, he's out in the garden most of the time. I got like a fenced off area for him in the garden.
Oh, nice.
So
he was a little character. I think a lot of people liked in your videos. He always made himself a bit of an appearance, didn't he?
He did.
Clunking around in the background.
Yeah, that's what he does in the front room now. So annoying. Bang, bang, bang. Terrarium glass. So Lee says, Matt, get in touch about your looper. He might be interested.
Okay. What, the Film Arena one?
Yeah. Wait there a minute. Only going to be a second. So it's this one, isn't it?
That's it, yeah.
Yeah, with Christ, because I got this in 2021, didn't I? I've actually got like lenticular there off of the. That's off of the slip.
Yeah, I think I've got that one as well. I've got a magnet on the back of it, I think.
Oh, 2000, limited to 2000. This is, isn't it? But you say your steelbook's still sealed, isn't it? Is that right?
Steelbook's sealed with the lenticular on it.
You got lenticular on.
That's the only thing I don't think mine's got is the little card that's on the back. I don't think that's in there, but everything else is in there. Yeah, I don't think it's got that for some reason. It didn't come with the card. But yeah, it's got the booklet.
You got postcards and booklet.
Postcards. Still, well, they're in the cellophane thing, but yeah, the outer box hasn't been sealed in. You know, it is.
Oh yeah, and you got bits and bobs in there as well, haven't you?
I don't know because mine's sealed. So
well, there you go.
The actual steelbook's sealed, but yeah.
So you got little character cards in there, and some other stuff. I don't know. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Sorry, I was just I had the reason that was out to the side was because when I sent you the photos here after you because you asked me if I wanted it, didn't you? But I already had it.
Yeah, I wasn't sure whether you got that one or not.
Yeah, like I said, 2021. So quite a while ago, I picked that up.
Yeah, you got it for a very good price as well.
It's number 170, 2000.
Yeah.
Not anything. The numbers don't mean anything unless I get number 1 or number 2000. It don't really. Yeah, I mean, don't really mean anything.
No, that's right.
Can't be a big finish. That's what she said. Love dogs. Looper is so underrated. Swap yours for a Barbie set.
Yeah.
You can get for a Barbie, could you? Did you try and turn it off?
Yeah, it wasn't for me really.
That's fair enough.
Yeah.
That's fair enough. I think it came at the right time, like I said, where people were open to something fresh. Visually different. Just something that stepped away from that superhero genre and whatnot.
Tell you what else I was going to mention as well. The first reviews for Joker Folie à Deux, I think it's called, I've just come out, and apparently it sounds like it's not as good as the first one.
No, well, I'll wait and I'll see what I think of it. Obviously, I'll make my own mind up.
Yeah.
I think that's only based on 2 reviews.
I mean, what I watched, he went through a series of people that have reviewed it, and
okay,
some saying that I think it's still good, but I think maybe they're comparing it to the first one and thinking, is it going to be as good? And I think because of the musical element in it, and from the sounds of it, sounds more of a love story between Harley Quinn and Joker. I mean, what they've done with with that character, they've kind of brought him into the real world, haven't they? They've this
pretty much
character, and I think they're gonna very much, but from the footage I've seen, trailers and snippets, it looks very much of a love story about these two coming together, and so yeah, I think maybe a lot of people that saw the first one, and I mean, the first film just blew us away. It was so different. I mean, after Heath Ledger, who would have thought that anyone could bring a different depth to that character? But he did it. Joaquin Phoenix did it with the.
I know. I think people thought that after Jack Nicholson as well.
Yes.
It's funny really, because even I can't remember the guy's name, but even the geezer who played the Joker, the young person who played the Joker in Gotham, the TV series, done a really good job of that character.
I've never watched it, so I can't comment.
I think the only one who dropped the ball really is what's his face in Justice League. It's Suicide Squad.
Oh, Jared Leto.
That's it. But then I didn't mind his take on it under Zack Snyder at the end of the Justice League Snyder version.
Oh yeah, very different look.
I think it was far better there than in.
Although I will say that the look of him in the the first Justice League is still very different to what we've had before. So at least they tried to do something different. But like you say, his acting of that character didn't really. I mean, apparently there's supposed to be some more footage that was shot, and there's always talk of the air cut, isn't there?
Yeah.
But I can't. I mean, that's never going to come to pass. But I would have liked to have seen that extra footage to see whether there was any more character development of the Joker.
Well, you never know. Maybe one day. Lee says Barbie is an acquired taste, but is it a taste that you've acquired, Lee? Joker didn't need a sequel. No, it didn't.
No.
The Joker is that I think Joker's a really good film, but and I've said this before, every time I watch it, I hate it more and more as a Joker film. I love it more and more as a film. If that makes sense. It didn't even necessarily need to be a Joker movie with what you got.
No, it could have just been about a guy who dressed up as a clown and dealing with the madness of it all. Yeah, it didn't have to necessarily be linked to. Obviously, Bruce Wayne is in it as a young lad and that. And I think in this one, Harvey Dent is. I'm pretty sure there's some sort of talk of Harvey Dent in it.
Oh yeah, there is. Yeah.
Our game, I guess, as a young man in it.
I think one of the original endings of the film was Joker killed Bruce Wayne's parents and Bruce Wayne, if I'm not mistaken.
Really?
Yeah, he shoots them in the alley, including Bruce.
Oh.
Yeah. Jared Leto, yeah. No, not yet. I've tried for Barbie. Getting that acquired taste for Barbie. But there we go. All right. So I'm going to wrap this up now, Matt, because I've got a lot of work to be getting on with.
Yes.
Originally, I said we weren't going to go live today, but then because Matt messaged me yesterday and said, "Do you want to go live?" I said, "Oh, I don't know if I can because I'm super busy this weekend, next weekend, weekend after." But then I've managed to fit it in, so I'm going to start my work now midday. I said to the wife, "We'll start midday." But yeah, have a good day, lads. Says Lee. Thanks, Lee. Message me if that Knuckles comes out and about later, so I can pop round. Yeah. So, yeah, fair. Good, mate. Yeah. So, I don't know. Any final words, Matt? Anything? Obviously, go over and if anyone wants to sub to Matt, go over and sub to Matt's Movies. I will add the link to the. I haven't added it yet. I usually do, but I will add it. And yeah, and we're going to try and go live a bit more often now. I did ask Chris if he wanted to come on today as well, but he was had plans with the wife, which is fair enough. And yeah.
Yeah, once you're sorted out with
thank you.
You're doing, you've got a lot of stuff in the house to sort out and that. And
yeah, there's a lot to do.
Yeah, hopefully we'll try and do another live maybe. Well, probably be either end of September or October now, I guess. But yeah, no, looking forward to next weekend to meet up and
yeah, then I'm away the weekend after that, and then I'm back. Yeah, that'll be fine. we'll sort something. But yeah, so thanks for watching, everyone. Thanks for all the questions and the messages, etc. Have a good day, whatever anyone is doing, and we'll see you all soon. So yeah, take care.
Yep. Cheers.
See you all. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
End stream. There we go. That should have ended.